Hi, I'm Jodi. I'm an early preschool teacher at Georgia's Next Generation, and I will be walking you through how to make outdoor puffy paint. So you're going to need these materials. That includes these squirt bottles that you can find at Walmart or Amazon. So first you're going to start by measuring out your flour. I'm only using about a cup here, but you should be using about 1 cup per bottle you plan on making. I am using gluten-free flour because that's all that Walmart had left this morning. It's a great alternative if your children are gluten-free and you're scared they might ingest some of it. This is completely non-toxic recipe. Next, we're gonna add the water. It tends to mix better if you use warm water instead of cold water. It really doesn't matter what temperature. I added also about a cup of this. If you're making the full recipe, you should use 3 cups of water, 3 cups of flour. So now I'm just mixing it up really fast. You can actually have your child mix it up if you want them to practice their fine motor. I'm actually adding some more flour because I wanted my mixture to be a little bit more puffy than it was coming out. The more flour you add, the puffier it gets. I also added a little bit more water because after I added that flour, it got a little too thick and I didn't think it would come out of the bottles very well. So next, I'm just pouring it into this cup. This will be easier for me to pour the mixture into the bottles. So as I pour it into the bottles, I'm trying to make sure I have an even amount in each bottle. If you do end up doing the full 3 cups, you'll probably add a lot more. I'm just adding this much for demonstration purposes. This stuff does not store well, so when you do make it, keep that in mind that if there is any leftovers, you're not going to want to store it because of that. Now I'm just adding the food coloring. I chose pink, orange, and blue. After you add the food coloring and make sure that the caps are screwed on really tight, you can actually have your child shake them up, and they have a lot of fun doing that. So I just shook those off camera, but they're ready to use. So I started in my backyard on the grass. Some colors tend to show up better on the grass than others. For example, the blue looks a lot better on the grass than the pink or the orange did. So this shows that your children can use this out in their backyard. They don't necessarily have to be on pavement for this to work. The last place I used this was in my driveway. I have a gravel driveway, so this is a great alternative to sidewalk chalk if your children don't have a nice paved surface to use sidewalk chalk. In the description below, I have put the full recipe and instructions, and I have also put how they connect to our vels.